Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the James Madison Dukes, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing started. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Dukes return team will have that offense backed up. And here comes this quarterback. This entire offense is built around him. He is the engine of the entire team.
He's the leader. He's the alpha. Everybody looks towards him. He's been doing it all year long. Everybody believes in this young man. Big opportunity, big stage.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Dukes come to the line in the hurry up.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the open drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss. That is a statement play.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's going to go down base in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety. After giving up that safety, they'll have to boot it away and give it right back to them. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And there he is. To this team's fans, he is a heroic figure. He is the guy who can lead them to the promised land.
This guy has been in big games and big moments, and he's delivered for his football team. It never seems like a situation is just too big for him.
He's going to take a shot right away. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Big, tall receiver. Figured the quarterback has an easy target. Not this time. Missed it badly.
A lot of those big guys, they don't necessarily, some of them do, some of them are freak shows, but a lot of those big guys don't run great all the time. They want to get physical and disrupt those routes and disrupt that timing. You can tell the timing was a little bit off now.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Howard. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. He'll work his way down to the 28. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
coverage, really bad execution, somebody slips, somebody falls, and nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the returner can find no daylight. He goes down. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So we got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good wedge on it.
The Dukes want to crank the tempo. On 3rd and long.
going to be difficult to put up points.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Short fields make successful offense. It's just what they want here. Throws for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 16.
And the extra point extends the lead to 16. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They are dead deep, and this crowd is letting them have it. Leads it with the back. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Offense gets set for second down. Red pass, it's complete. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him a first down. He wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the misfire now on second down. To the air, it's Morris. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Out of the gun, the inside kid. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Dukes will line up to put it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yard to help out the yoke. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. And he's so good at traveling. He'll house it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Listen, find your matchups you like and you can see. You got your speedster out wide. You like the matchup. He sees it. Put some air underneath that thing, and he outruns the DB. He's got no shot. Runs underneath it, and then walks his way in the end zone for 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And that's a live ball behind the line. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. It is good. And now the lead is even bigger. So that will go into the stat book as the rare one-play drive for a field goal. not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Dukes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. Back to throw, it's Howard. He's going for it all. He's got it on the left. Defense caught out of position, and they get it down finally at the 38.
How about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple short throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. He'll take another shot here. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the pummeling has started. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields. Might be getting ready to move them down a notch and move it close.
That's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground. You're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team.
Just running out of opportunities. You get opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. And sure, tackling there to keep it from getting to the first down marker.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game. You saw on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Deep shot for the end zone. Got it. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit. A lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough humble.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And the beatdown has ensued. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense is absolutely no answer. Just acting in down the gloves all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll They'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Looking to throw, it's Morris. Moves around to clear up the vision. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And down he goes back up the 3. And the Dukes line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Slips through the line, and the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the dub.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced.
And this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense obviously just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So same quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown.
And that ball is picked off. Couldn't find much room on the return, but what a costly miscue. They've got it at the 26-yard line. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He makes it great. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. A couple of plays into the end zone. Fielded in the end zone. It's Russell. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, and one dimension, they have to pass the football That's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop?
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Have a day young fellow. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. Don't rely on this again, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the play.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And this defense has put a game together. It's hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense, they've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready, they were fast, they were physical. They dominated this football game. Your hand on those so quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score a TD.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. The returner will feel it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They'll throw it on 1st down. Got the back over the middle. They made the stop, but the sweet golden catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the big fella. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, but just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball downfield. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.